Hi, my name is Swarnali Dey and I have ranked 1 in the joint CSIR UGC NET Life Sciences examination June 2020. I have done my graduation from Bethune College, Kolkata, and I have secured a second position in the university. I have done my post-graduation in botany from University of Calcutta with a first class first rank. I have also cleared my DPT JRF last year and currently I am pursuing my doctoral studies from the Department of Botany, University of Calcutta, and my core area of research is plant physiology. Today I am going to share some of the tips and strategies related to the examination of NET with you all through this video. There are few questions that are being commonly asked by the NET aspirants and I would like to discuss few of them with you all. The first one is that whether it is important to study all the 13 modules in the syllabus or we can skip few of the modules. Now, I personally studied all the 13 modules and I skipped few of the subtopics from few modules. My logic behind this was very clear that I wanted to gather as much information as possible rather than digging in depth into few particular modules, because I thought it is always safer that you carry more information, because no matter how much in depth you go for one particular topic, you cannot really guarantee the fact that you will be able to answer all the questions that are being asked from that region. So I thought I will be going through all the 13 modules so that I can increase the amount of information that I am taking. So and there were few subtopics from 2 or 3 modules that I was not comfortable with, so I didn't prepare them. Now there are also students who tend to prepare 9 to 10 modules very well and leave out the rest of them. So you can also do that if you are comfortable in that way of preparation, but you need to be a little careful while you are selecting the modules, because there are these modules which are absolutely important for NET, like cellular biology, like developmental biology, plant physiology, genetics, molecular biology. These are the topics that I don't think is very wise you leave them out from your preparation, no matter how difficult they are. I think these are absolute necessities of the NET examination. So you should choose your topics. If you are doing a selective study, you should choose your topics pretty wisely. Now the question that arises from this is that how to choose the important topics, like how to understand that which topics are important and which are not. The easy solution to this is that just go by the previous year question papers. Now if you solve the previous year question papers thoroughly, then you will get a clear idea that what is the question pattern and standard, and which are the regions of the syllabus that from where the question are being actually asked. Okay, now this will help you understand that which topics of the syllabus are more important and you should absolutely prepare those parts, and which part of the syllabus are not so important. Now, like for example, if you take cancer biology, it is a vast topic, but there are few hotspots of this topic from where questions are being regularly asked in the CSIR NET examination, like the gain of function and loss of function mutations of the proto-oncogene and tumor suppressor genes. Concepts from these this particular topic is always been asked. And also there are questions in part C where you will get to see that some anti-cancer drug is being employed and you are given a protein profile, a protein expression profile, and you are asked to identify that which step in the pathway is blocked or which cell death pathway is your cell following. So these are the questions and these are the regions from where the questions are being usually asked. So by solving the previous year question, you yourself will be able to identify the hotspots of the topic, hotspots of the modules, and you will able to mark the important modules for yourself and prepare accordingly. Another important thing is that which books should you follow for your preparation. Now there are few dedicated books for each module that I think every NET aspirant follows, and I will just name the books for your convenience. So going by units, for unit 1, that is the biomolecule unit, I followed Leninger. Now unit 2 and 4, which is actually the cell biology unit that comprises of cell biology and cell organelles and cancer biology, cell signaling, all of that you can refer to Bruce Albert's. It's a very good book. Now unit 3, which is the molecular biology unit, you can refer to Watson, and unit 5, developmental biology, you can refer to Gilbert. Unit 6, which is the plant physiology, you can refer to Tej and Zeiger. Unit 7, you can refer to Ganang. Unit 8, genetics, I refer to iGenetics by Russell. It's a good book for basic genetics. Besides that, you need to solve problems as well. You need to know how to solve the genetic problems from bacterial genetics, then from pedigrees, 3-point test crosses, epistasis, and from tetrad analysis. So you need to be thorough with your problems and their solving techniques. For Unit 9, you can follow Biology by Raven Johnson, but I think it's a very huge topic and there are many things that you need to prepare, like there are classifications, there is taxonomy, so it's a very huge unit, I know, but I think if you belong to botany or zoology background, just focus on your strengths and just brush up your already existing knowledge about your subject. I think that is the best way to deal with this particular unit. And for rest of the background of biologies, I think you have to take that extra effort to study this particular unit. But yeah, I think this is a very scoring unit as well, because it is totally loaded with informations. If you are getting your facts correct, then I think it's a very scoring unit. For unit 10, that is ecology, you can follow Odum, and for unit 11, evolution, you can follow Fujiyama. And for unit 12 and 13, there is no such book that I can refer, because there are many books that covers the entire syllabus, because for unit 12 and 13 the syllabus is basically a huge one. It contains techniques, biological techniques, then recombinant DNA technology, tissue culture, cell culture. So it's a very diverse and vast unit. You can follow Wilson and Walker for techniques, and otherwise you can follow the Pathfinder books for basics of recombinant DNA technology and cell culture or tissue culture. You can get briefs about those topics from Pathfinder books. But this is a huge topic, and the questions that are being asked from these topics are basically analytical and of part C. Part C questions are maximally asked from these two regions. So you need to be I think if you practice the previous year questions or related questions to these topics, you will get a clear idea that how the questions are and what regions you need to focus on. Another important question that I have often faced is that whether self-study is sufficient or you need some particular guidance to get through the examination. Now, to be honest, when I had begun my preparation, I thought self-study will be sufficient for me, and that's how I started off with my preparation. But I faced certain difficulties while preparing. Like, there are few topics that were new to me. Being from a botany background, topics like dev bio, animal physiology, immunology were completely new to me. I haven't studied them during my BSc or masters, so it was a little bit difficult for me to start from the scratch and develop concepts about them and then study something in advance to answer the questions. So I thought it would have been easier if I take some guidance, I take some help. So I got enrolled in a coaching institution in Kolkata named BioNet Vision, and I started preparing for the examination. So it's my personal opinion that I think that if you are belonging to a dedicated stream of biology, and there are certain topics of the syllabus that are new to you, I think a guidance always helps. It can be in form of a friend who has already qualified the exam, or a senior, or any individual teacher, or it can be a coaching institute. I think it makes the preparation a lot more easier. Now, there are also students who have qualified the exam and they have studied the entire syllabus on their own, so you can find that example also. So I think it should be your personal choice and you should analyze that which one is better for you and then act accordingly. So about the preparation strategy, another thing that I want to address here is that I think there is no particular time that can be stated as the right time to start your net preparation. If you are pursuing your masters and you think that you can handle both the things simultaneously, you can prepare for your masters and as well as you can prepare for your net examination, then you can always do that. What I did was, after my master's examination, I took 6 months gap and then I started my net preparation and I appeared the examination, because I always preferred doing things one at a time and I thought that I wouldn't be able to take two things together. So for me it was my master's first and then I went for the net examination. But basically I think the preparation of net is a very gradual process. It starts from your BSc itself and then continues in your masters, because these 5 years of learning actually helps you develop the fundamental knowledge about your own subject, and you build advanced concepts, develop analytical skills, based on these fundamental concepts that you have learned during your graduation and post-graduation studies. So it's equally important that while you are doing your graduation or post-graduation, start learning the subject, start developing the concepts pretty well. That will help you out while you are actually taking full-fledged preparation for your net exam. And if you think that alongside doing your masters you want to take the net exam, then it's fine, you can always go, you can prepare and take the net exam. Even if you think that no, while you are doing your masters exam, you are pursuing your masters, you are not being able to prepare for net, you are going to do it later on, what I will suggest you is that at least go and take the examination once while you are in your third or final semester of masters examination, just for getting the essence of the exam hall and how the exam is being conducted. It's very important that you once learn the exam ambience and the exam pattern and you face how the real scenario is out there. So what I will suggest is that even if you are not preparing for the exam during your masters, just go and take the examination once before you finally go and take it with full preparation. Having discussed about the preparation strategy, now let's talk about the exam pattern. As you all know, the question paper of NET is divided into 3 sections. I have always preferred starting my examination with part C because it carries the maximum marks and it is actually half of the total marks of the examination, and it becomes the deciding factor that whether you are going to crack the examination or not. And the questions are pretty huge in this section, and it takes time to solve the questions, and it also takes time to find out which 25 among the 75 questions you are going to attend. So this is a pretty time taking section and it takes a lot of analytical knowledge and your concepts, so I preferred doing it with a very fresh mind. So that was my strategy. And then I moved on to part B because it is a informative section. If you know the answers to the questions, then you can do it within seconds, and if you don't know, then there is no way out because it's all based on your information. So if you know the answers, then this section is not going to take much time. Now moving on to part A, I literally am very terrified. I was very terrified about that section because it was of general aptitude and mathematical skills. So people out there who are very comfortable with this section, I would suggest them, it's pretty good for you. You can go and solve questions. There are several practice books, you can solve them and go and attend the part A questions. But people like me who are afraid of this section, I would suggest you that please don't waste much time learning this section. Rather than that, it's very economic if you spend that time on your own subject and learn more about that. And with your existing general aptitude and few brushing up few basic mathematical formula, you can, I think, at least answer 5 or 6 questions of this section, you can do it, so you don't need to worry about it. Maximally you can just go and solve the previous year question papers and the part A questions. You will get an idea that what questions are being asked. But I would tell you that if you are not very comfortable with this section, it's better that you don't waste much time brushing up your skills on this section, rather than move on to your subject and try to score maximum marks from part B and part C. So there are these two absolute necessary things that you need to do while you are preparing for the examination. The first thing is revision, and the next is taking a mock test. Now revision is very important. You should inculcate revision schedules in between your learning routine, and 15 to 20 days prior to your exam date you should stop learning anything new and start revising whatever you have already learned. Now, time is a very limiting factor in CSIR NET examination. Though the examination is of 3 hours, when you go there and take the examination, the time will seem pretty less and you have to run against the time. So it's very important that you revise, and that will help you keep the answers at your fingertips and you don't have to waste much time recollecting the answers. So revision is a very important thing. It's not only learning, you have to revise whatever you are learning, because there are huge informations that you are carrying. There are names of 1,000 proteins, there are enzymes, there are signaling pathways, and there are a lot of things that you are actually putting inside your head. So it's very important that you revise them at alternative days or alternative weeks as per your routine, and keep the informations ready, so that while you are answering the questions you don't waste much time thinking about the answers. So taking mock test is a really very important practice before your examination. It helps you prepare for the entire examination really very well. It also helps you to assess that where your preparation stands and how much you are prepared to take the examination. It also helps you to determine that how much time you are devoting to each section and each question, and how you are able to understand the question and your eligibility to answer it. So taking mock test really helps in understanding what are your loopholes and how much more preparation do you need, and how much ready are you for the final examination. Now another thing that I used to do during my preparation is that I used to take the mock test from 9 a.m. in the morning to 12 noon. If you know that CSIR usually conducts the life sciences examination in the morning shift, though last time due to the COVID situation the examination was splitted up into 2 shifts. Mine was from 9 to 12, so I used to take my mock test during that time even when I was at home, because somehow I felt that it's very important that you make your brain and body working at that stretch of time, and that really helps you while you are going to take the examination finally on the final day. So I think that really helps. It worked for me, so you can also try it out. So finally, a couple of tips for you all. Try to devote more time to the subjects that you don't like, the subjects that are your weaknesses, and the subjects that you are studying for the first time. We have a common notion that we tend to devote more time to the subjects that we know and try to build our concepts and advanced learning based on that. But it is not the way how it should be. You should actually devote more time to the topics that are new for you and the topics that you don't actually like studying a lot. So try to devote more time to that. The next thing is that while you are solving the previous year question papers or any other MCQs, if you find that few of your answers are going wrong, just don't stop at finding out the correct answer, like finding out the correct option for the question. Take an extra step and try to figure out that why did your answer go wrong and what is the logic behind the correct answer. Okay, this will not only help up build your concepts stronger, but it will also help you fill up the gaps that have been created while you are studying that particular topic. So try to do that. It will help you in your preparation. The last thing is that while you are going to take your examination finally, just remember one thing, that this is not the final time that you are appearing the examination. Even if you fail to crack the examination in the one go, there will always be other options, and you can come back, work hard, and take the examination in the next term. Besides hard work and dedication, another thing that is very important for any other competitive exam is perseverance. So you need to have faith and belief in yourself. NET is a difficult examination, but it is not an impossible one. I think with proper preparation and strategy, anyone will be able to crack it. So you have to keep your perseverance alive, and you have to go and take that examination with all preparation and courage. I would like to convey my best wishes to all the NET aspirants out there. I hope you get your JRF soon. I would like to end this video over here. Take care and stay safe.